infinitely share, our feasting and our revelry, our music and our company. From the shortest to the tallest, we welcome thee into our hall. Est. We meet as strangers and we leave as friends, and may that feeling never ends. Sorry, this has got to rhyme every time. 'Tis the rule for the fool. If you search our skies, then you'll see that our air is thankfully dragon-free. Neighbors tell of other tales, where some have seen some dragon tales. And that's body attached, of course. But now they're coming near, and soon we may have dragons here. Yes, right here at this very table, eating as much of your food as he's able. Oh, the kingdom is in quite a state. The people are wondering what is their fate. How do you stop a lizard that flies, with raven sharp fangs and smoldering eyes that stare at you? Oh me, oh my, in fiery breath that stinks, makes a grown man cry. Yes, it does, worse than that stinks. They cry, oh my, so terribly scarable, stinks me thinks. Well, only beast with breath like that, with beady eyes on the head that's fat, the mouth that growls and slobbers drool, always calling me a
fool, fool, fool.
As always, Murdy, your timing is impeccable.
Do not call me an imbecile. I am Merton Sire, Lord of Misrule, and General Attaché to the King in all manners of etiquette and decorum.
I said impeccable, unimpeachable, not imbecile, though that's not unbelievable. Impeccable imbecile, that's you, I declare it, so if the shoe fits, then thou must wear it.
What do my shoes have to do with anything?
Thank you, Murdy, for proving my point. You never appear to disappoint.
Well, be that as it may, have you heard what's coming our way? A monster that is quite ferocious.
I've seen him. He's quite atrocious.
I don't believe you. Show me now.
With beady eyes and a furrowed brow.
I'd love to see him if I could.
Look in the mirror and then you would.
Now I see. You must be me, but I'm not as dumb as you think I be.
Oh, Murdy, you don't have to go that far. No one's dumb as I think you are.
Apology accepted. 'Tis just as well. I knew this beast does not exist.
You don't think there's a dragon in our midst?
Certainly not, and neither do you.
I don't?
No.
Well, that's true, but people are saying...
Fool, I'm an attaché to the king, a leader in my own right. Well, maybe not a leader, but a decider. I decide things. That is what a decider does. Decides things. And a decider and true leader does not care about what people are saying. A true leader pays no attention to the polls. I mean, honestly, what kind of a leader would I be if I listened to what the people are saying?
A popular one. But people are saying...
People are saying, people are saying. What care I what the people are saying?
You care, you do, when they talk about you.
Really, I do. What are they saying?
They're saying there's a dragon. And if there is, if one shows up, I would not want to be in your shoes.
What do my shoes have to do with anything?
It's an expression. It means I would hate to be you, even more than I now currently would hate to be you.
Well, this jealousy of yours is quite unnerving, but my resolution is still unswerving. Saying is believing. Dragons exist only in the mind.
Which explain in your case why they're difficult to find.
If it makes you feel better, I've sent out a letter to 4 of our neighbors who with pipes and tabors and plentiful flagons have played away dragons and all other beasts, mythical, presently here, or paleolithical. When finished, the messengers, they will return with nary a dragon scratch or dragon burn.
Why, Merton Sire, I'm impressed. You actually sent messengers out on a quest.
Actually, a fool's errand. I should have sent you.
You should have.
I could have.
I would have gone, but let bygones be bygones and let bygones be done. The feast doth await, and I shall not be late. Trumpets blow thy clarion call, and singers hie thee to the hall.
Cristo Dei Figlio, Redentori Domino puello et charity in percepio. I was in the light, in the crystalline.
Lords, ladies, and noble guests, Queen Bryn and I bid you welcome to this hall, which by our command has been fitted for an evening of feasting and singing.
For the general merriment of you all, our evening of festivities recall the blessed event of Christmas that joins us all as men of goodwill. As is our custom, King Jack and I often invite guests from the reaches of our kingdom to spend several days with us. Let us bid them welcome.
Masters in this hall, here we all the news today has brought from o'er the sea, and now rejoice I say. Noel, 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 sing with glee, open all the folk on earth, for his gospel son so dear. Noel, 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 sing it out, God today has raised the poor and cast it down the proud. Noel, 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 Christ the Lord is born. Now, let us begin our feast by bringing forth the wassail, so that we may wet our lips, warm our hearts, and offer our toasts.
Pot bravely out, my masters, for here we shall be tasters of curious dishes that are brave and fine.
For they that do such cheer of Lord, I'll lay my neck upon the board. My master and my dame, they do not find.
Who is shall not be merry and sing down a dairy, for now is a time of joy and mirth.
'Tis said, 'tis merry in the hall, when as spirits they do wag all. God's plenty here, it doth do not bring a dearth.
Let us take out my lies. Let us full of
our gracious host, bids you rise for a wassail toast.
A toast to our queen, Lady Bryn. May health and happiness attend you, may every joy the season be yours, and may you be blessed by providence with longevity. Hear, hear.
And to our most noble liege, our blessed King of England, Lord Jack.
Hear, hear. A toast to the lords and gentlemen, to the rulers and masters of our person, and the children of our household. To the men, I say, to our good lords, husbands, and counselors.
Hear, hear. A toast to the ladies of this hall, to those who are the quiet strength of our lives and the dearest flowers of our hearts, to our wives and sisters and daughters and nieces.
Hear, hear.
And now, a toast to our guests. May the peace and joy of Christmastide within thy hearts this year abide. So drink it well, you nobles kind, on this evening of our Yuletide. So let us toast. Down with him who will not say, all hail wassail.
All hail wassail.
Please be seated.
It is said that long ago a young student was studying in the quiet of the Nottingham forest when suddenly that quiet was broken, and she lowered her book of Aristotle to see charging at her at full tilt was a mighty wild boar.
Whereas she raised her Aristotle once again, but this time to ram it sharply into the boar's jaws with a cry, "Great Mass!
Great Mass!
And thus, as the saying goes, she choked the savage with the sage.
The wise young lady then brought the boar's head back to be able to retrieve her good copy of Aristotle. And ever since, the boar's head has been borne in procession to the table, symbolizing a victory of wit over evil.
Now, friends, all this merriment has been growing more ravenously hungry. My good steward, we await you.
Now that we are nearer the meal, let us hear the rules of the manner before the supplication begins. Steward, you may begin.
So that good order and propriety may be enjoyed by all, I have been commanded by my Lord to remind you of the rules of etiquette found in your scroll of our great hall.
Guests must have nails clean or they will disgust their table companions. Guests must avoid quarreling and making grimaces with other guests. Guests must not stuff their mouths. The glutton who eats in haste, if he is addressed, he scarcely answers thee.
Guests should not pick their teeth at the table with a knife, straw, or stick. Guests must not tell unseemly tales at the table.
What's the difference between a blonde and a bowling ball?
Soil the cloth with their knife and not rest their legs upon the table. Guests must never leave bones on the table. Always hide them under your chairs.
Guests must not wipe their greasy fingers on their beards. Guests must not lean on their table with their elbows, nor dip their thumbs in their drinks. Guests must retain their knives, or they will be forced to grub with their fingers.
We thank you, Lord Steward and Chamberlains. My good prince, we await you.
Before we feast, let us thank God for our friends and loved ones dear, as people gather our homes, as holidays draw near.
Our heads we bow, our hands we fold, our hearts we offer as a whole, in thanks for food and fellowship and shelter from the cold.
And now, without further pageantry, let us feast. Me and Bram will be around to dismiss your tables. What is the meaning of this?
We have done nothing wrong.
We've done nothing right.
We have done nothing whatsoever.
We demand that you release us immediately.
Fernando, look. Food.
We demand that you keep us with you immediately.
Take us to your food.
Better yet, take the food to us.
Yes, I want takeout.
Just a minute. Where are you taking these hooligans?
Found them on the outskirts of the kingdom.
Skirt? I've had nothing to do with skirts. I'm a gentleman.
Well, there was that one time.
Frederica! You're not helping.
We're taking them to the king to see what to do with them.
We are but a poor, simple merchant.
We found this bag of gold with them.
Poor, simple merchants?
When I say a poor, I mean...
Morally.
Frederica!
Yes, morally we are bankrupt.
Morally bankrupt, you sound like a politician, not a merchant.
But we are simple. On that point I am adamant.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Adamant. I am the king's jester. And speaking of simple, this is the king's attachment, Burton Saturn.
That's attaché, not attachment, you fool. I am general attaché to the king in all manners of etiquette and decorum.
Fernando, he is a general, a great military mind. Oh, why is he dressed so funny?
You know a generals and there are ribbons and medals.
No. You misunderstand. I'm an attaché.
You are a briefcase?
Alas, he's anything but brief.
What do my briefs have to do with anything? Well, be that as it may, now that you know who we are, why don't you tell us who or what you are?
But of course, I am Fernando Ferducci.
And I am Frederica Ferducci.
Together, we are the fabulous Ferducci.
You heard of us, no?
We have heard of you. No.
And speaking of no, I know that it is proper etiquette nor decorum to disturb His Majesty during his feast.
We do not wish to disturb His Majesty during the feast.
We do not wish to disturb His Majesty at any time.
Let them eat.
And let us eat.
No, let us eat. I don't like let us.
Wait, not that table. We have a special place for you. A quaint little spot called the dungeon.
How's the food? I hope it's not lettuce. I don't like lettuce.
It's known more for the ambiance than the food.
I think you'll like the grill.
This dungeon you speak of, is it deep underground?
Yes.
And there are no windows to the outside world?
No.
And it's a cold and a dank.
You know, I think they've been in dungeons before.
Of course we have.
I thought as much.
The safest place to be when a dragon attacks.
Let's go!
Just a minute, what do you know about dragons?
Better to ask what we don't know about the dragons.
All right. What don't you know about dragons?
Not much.
You could say dragons are our business.
We go and sell dragon insurance to the sires and the shires and the kings and the kingdoms.
You're joking.
Certainly not. If a dragon attacks, we replace everything.
You give us a piece of gold, and we give you a piece of mind.
Really?
Actually, it's more like 100 crowns of gold.
That's why we have that bag of gold.
It's from all the neighboring kingdoms that have already bought dragon insurance from us.
I'd like to give you a piece of my mind.
Unfortunately, he hasn't any to spare. Bert, this is just what we need.
What do you mean?
Get some insurance from these merchants, then if the dragon shows up, we'll be covered.
You're joking.
How much is the policy?
Well, that depends.
We'll have to assess your risk.
Yes.
Ask a few questions.
Yes.
Have you had a dragon attack in the past 5 years?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, maybe. I mean, forget that. May I have the question again, please?
Have you had a dragon attack in the past 5 years?
No.
Is that bad?
Trust me, not having a dragon attack is good.
But it could mean you're due. Have there been any reports of dragon attacks in neighboring kingdoms?
Official reports? No. There have been no official reports.
But people are saying.
People are saying how fortunate they are to live in such a well-protected, dragon-free kingdom.
Very good. We'll start by making a list of all the things that would need to be replaced in the event of a dragon attack. Remember, razor-sharp fangs, smoldering eyes, and
really stinky breath makes me cry.
We make a list of every expensive item in our kingdom.
Of course you do, but you don't mind if these fine guards escort you.
No, we love the protection.
But we cannot assess on an empty stomach.
Exactly. Escort them to the royal kitchen and let them eat to their heart's content.
Yeah. I do not like contents apart. I don't like lettuce. I will just make myself a sandwich.
Count the silverware when they're done.
Bert, sire.
I don't trust them. Dragon insurance? Who ever heard of such a thing? When my messengers return, they shall return with no news of dragons whatsoever. Then we can send these scalawags off with a swift kick to the behind. That means my messengers have returned. Now, fool, you will see the folly of your ways. Hear now, good messenger, what news bring you from faraway kingdoms?
West hail, merciless sire. I have returned, and wait till you hear the things I have learned. The kingdom beside us has no dragon there, and even a skink is exceedingly rare. They send their regards and wish you well, and say that your dragon can go to someplace else to dwell.
There, you see, nothing to worry about. Next.
Westhill, Burtonshire. I have come back, and the knowledge is something I no longer lack. The kingdom is The kingdom I went to is peaceful and calm, and everybody sleeps under trees made of palm. I am pleased to report no dragon in sight. Happy feasting to all, good night.
That sounded familiar.
Of course it did. It sounded just like the previous message. No dragon there either. Next.
Was hail, Grandsire, I am now home, and never more will wander or roam. The kingdom I went to has dragon-free skies, and everyone loves to eat pickleberry pies. I wanted to bring a piece back to you here, but the journey was long, and I ate it, I fear.
That's terrible!
How is that terrible? There's no dragon.
They ate my pickleberry pie.
Better they ate your pickleberry pie than the dragon eats you. Next.
Merton Sire, listen to me. My news is much more than those other three. I'm sorry to tell you, and I am not bragging. The kingdom I saw was destroyed by a dragon. Everything's gone, the moat and the castle. And getting back here was one heck of a hassle.
Yikes, Jester, quickly, what do we do?
Run away, run away! Let's go find those Verducci's and get some Verducci insurance!
Now that we have had time to feast on what the good Lord has provided, let us strike the pudding of flame in memory of the light given to us this day. Nobles, will you join me?
Come ring with a noise, my merry, merry boys, the Christmas pudding a-flaming. For my good Dame, she bids thee all be free, and eat to your heart's desiring. Drink now with good cheer, cut the wine, no fear, all while the meat is a-shredding. For the rare mince pie and the plums stand by to fill the pace that's needing. With last year's brand like the new login, for good success in your spending. This all trains play that sweet luck may come while the Lord is attending. Come ring with the noise, my merry, merry boys, the Christmas pudding a-flaming. Oh, my good Dame, she bids ye all be free, and eat to your heart's desiring. And eat to your heart's desiring.
Lords and ladies, your dessert for this evening is already on your table. If you have not done so already, dig in.
And if you would like seconds, you may get those now.
I'll just go around the water.
Where shall I relieve myself at? To the royal chamber.
They are getting ready to go. Hang on a second.
My lords and ladies, grown-ups and kids, we hope to feast on dragon ribs, or dragon wings, a fiery treat, or some such sort of dragon meat. But the dragon lives, alas and alack. He comes here, we must give him a snap, a whack on the back till he's deceased. Then pleasantly we can get on with our feast. So, where are the knights to do their duty, to slay this dragon and claim their beauty? Is chivalry dead? Is there not one knight so heralded that this foul dragon be this night?
Here I am.
Who you are?
It is I, Sir Runsway, and I represent the nightclub.
At last you've arrived. I was just saying, a dragon is here that needs some slaying.
Slay? I thought you said play. I do play. I also do sway, I do hay, I do wave, I do display, and in emergencies, I even do pray. But I do not do slay. Sorry, bucko, but I must run. I don't want to be a late night. Bad enough being a short night. Ta-ta.
Good night. That was a short night.
Our worries are over. The dragon is as good as gone.
You made a deal with the Fergucci's.
Better, I've called upon the nightclub. They'll get rid of that dragon faster than you can say.
They're gone.
I beg your pardon?
They're gone. The night has come. The night has gone. It's morning, and we're all alone.
The night has already left. That's a fine kettle of fish.
Oh, a kettle of fish he can handle. A dragon, apparently, he cannot.
How are we to rid ourselves of this pest?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so, but if I get this new outfit to match my hat, do I have to get the new shoes as well?
What do your shoes have to do with anything?
That's what I want to know.
How do you control a pest? With pest control. Call for the Royal Exterminator!
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 Somebody call for me?
Excuse me. I beg your pardon.
That's all right. People beg my pardon all the time. I tell them all the same thing. Pardons can only be granted by the king.
Of course, I know that. See, we were actually looking for the Royal Exterminator, and instead...
Instead, you get me, the Royal Executioner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
That's all right. Just a minute. Now then, what can I do for you?
You're also the,
I'm Moonlight.
Of course you are.
Is your daytime business slow?
Yes, it is. Too many unions and too many lawyers. When's the last time you heard heads will roll? You get sued. Nobody wants to stick out their neck, rather stick out the neck of their competitor. How do I reach these folks? Maybe something like that new guillotine in France. Or, well, never mind. Tell us about this. Tell me about our little creature. Does it fly, crawl, or walk?
Yes.
Flux.
Flux. Right, flux. Never heard of that. So how many of them would you say there are?
One.
One.
Yes, just one.
Got some bad news for you. In my line of work, there's never just one.
There's not?
No, you may have only seen one, but believe me, there's always more.
More?
How many more?
Could be hundreds, could be thousands.
Thousands?
Wait a minute. We haven't actually seen it yet.
That's true. We haven't actually seen it.
You haven't actually seen it? How do you know you have a problem?
We have a problem.
How do you deal with 1,000 dragons?
Dragons? Who said anything about dragons?
Did I say dragons? I meant small dragonflies, small little dragonflies.
Luckily, I do have a plan in place for dealing with dragons.
You do? Excellent. What is it?
Get out of town! Don't worry about me. When I get back to my day job, I'll see you in the dungeon. I think you're on my list.
Me? Why?
Oh, it's a joke. Boy, your friend here doesn't like cutting edge humor, does he?
He doesn't like any kind of humor.
In my line of work, you either laugh or you cry. See you in the funny papers. That's another joke. Ha ha ha.
Where is the funny-looking man?
Who? The general?
The attaché, you know, the briefcase?
I don't know. But let's hope it's a briefcase full of money.
I'm sure we will get some money from him. He is easily frightened.
They've all been frightened. A dragon will do that.
No, not a dragon. Reports of a dragon. You have to admit, it's a foolproof plan.
But I thought you told me never admit to anything.
Yes, but this is brilliant. We go from kingdom to kingdom with reports of dragon attacks moving for
But
us.
we made those reports up. There's no dragon.
Yes, but nobody knows that. We go and we try and get insurance from them, and boom, they give us some money.
I like the give us money part.
It's brilliant. I cannot believe you came up with it.
I was having a good day.
A few more good days like that, and we'll be rolling in it.
That sounds smelly and messy.
I meant money, you manure-minded miscreant.
That still sounds messy.
Believe me, this kind of mess, we can handle.
So, what happens now?
Well, if the other kingdoms are any indication, by now they probably try to get their knights to slay the dragon.
And the knights have run away.
And the knights have run away. Then they probably try to get other people to do it. Executioners, exterminators. Who are you?
I'm the dog catcher.
Dog catcher. Listen here, I don't care that it has some of the same letters. There's a big difference between a dog and a dragon.
That's a new one. Ah, my friend. Have you given any more thought to our offer?
Well, I need to know how much money are we talking about?
A prudent question. We'll work with you on this. But let me start off by saying that you have such a lovely kingdom.
Lovely.
Such a beautiful place to live.
Beautiful.
It would be a shame if a dragon were to come and destroy it.
A shame. A crying shame. A weeping, lamenting, howling, slobbering, crying shame. Oh, the destruction. Oh, the horror.
Frederica, do not improvise. In our assessment, we have sparingly used our integrity to globally partition your kingdom into 7 geographically gerrymandered areas, each necessitating a particular service only we can provide.
We are the fabulous Verduccis.
Frederica, he knows who we are.
Sometimes they forget. And sometimes they forget.
As I was saying, in order to properly aggrandize and ensure the 7 geographically gerrymandered areas from an impending and improbable dragon attack, it will require a premium of 13 gold crowns, each, coming to a total of 91 gold crowns.
That's a lot of money.
You have to remember, this is for total coverage from an impending and improbable dragon attack.
Well, if we don't have it and we need it, then we won't have it if we need it. So I guess we better get it.
Very good. Very good decision. We agreed to the price of 91 gold crowns. And in return, we, the party of the first part, hereby and henceforth, and by you being here, ensure your kingdom, the party of the second part, from a dragon, the party of the third part, howbeit and so be it attack the party of the second part, wheresoever they have a party.
So, that's it? We give you 91 gold crowns, and then if a dragon comes, you'll insure us? How do we know you'll keep your word?
Ah, my friend, the Verducci's word is their bond. But we do not want to leave you with nothing more than a hearty handshake and a pat on the back.
Nothing more. Thank you for the gold. See you later. Bye-bye.
Not yet. For you, you also get this.
It's a piece of paper.
It's your policy. This certifies that you have carefully considered your options and have chosen the fabulous Verducci to ensure your kingdom from the dreaded and dastardly dragon.
Look, it's legal size and notarized.
It's blank.
What?
It's blank. It's a blank piece of paper.
Well, of course it's a blank. We have to fill in all the details. Every policy is different.
Different. We fill in the blanks and you fill in our pockets.
Now, we shall briefly depart and we'll fill out your policy. You get the gold ready, and once you sign this, you'll feel a great sigh of relief, like a weight being lifted from your shoulders.
Like a weight being lifted from your wallet.
What was that?
Nothing.
Don't mind her. She's always spewing such nonsense. Let's get this done quickly. I'll go get the gold.
Very good. We'll meet back.
Let's go get these Verducci's their gold.
Murdy, wait! I overheard them talking before, and there's no dragon.
What do you mean?
There's no dragon. They spread the rumors of dragon attacks themselves, and then they go around collecting money to insure against something that doesn't even exist.
Why, that's...
Despicable? I know. It's also evil, sinister, malevolent, and deplorable.
That's...
Pernicious, baleful, malefic?
That's...
2 syllables. Sounds like...
That's not nice.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Call the guards.
I have a better idea. Let's hit them where they hurt. Their pocketbook.
Got it.
Can we go yet? I want to go home.
Not yet. Not until they give us the money. It's not as much as I'd like, but...
Well, we better get out of here soon, before the dragon gets here.
There is no dragon.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. But what about the reports at the beginning of the show?
Oh, I almost forgot. You, ma'am. You read a report at the beginning of the show clarifying that there was a dragon, correct? Here are some gold coins. Do not spend them all in one place. I told you it'd be worth your while.
Wait a minute. You work for him? Welcome to the family.
Okay. Let's finish this policy. Would you help me with the paperwork?
Of course. You may have joined the family, but I still get the important job. Don't you wish you were me? Me too.
No talking. Cannot type right on a jiggling piece of paper. There we are. Remember, they give us the gold, we give them the scroll, and we leave. Got it?
Got it.
Look, they're coming now. Now remember, whatever you do, don't give them the money. Got it?
Got it.
General Briefcase. Clever jester. So good to see you.
Good to see you carrying money.
Good to see you too. I see you have our policy.
I see you have our premium. Would you like to take a look at your policy?
I'm sure that won't be necessary. Would you care to count the gold?
Yes.
No, I'm sure that won't be necessary. We are all honorable people here, shall we?
Of course.
Wait a minute! I just thought of something. Fernando, you and your sister are licensed to do business, right?
What?
Your business license to allow you to do business in our kingdom. You have one, right?
I got the license once. I got my rabies shot and they gave me a collar.
Oh, Murdy, they don't have their business license. What are we gonna do?
Well, I certainly cannot do business with anyone who does not have a business license.
Well, we could get one now. What do we have to do?
Sign here. There's a slight tax for that. 20 gold crowns. Each. Excellent. You now have your business license and registration. Oh, registration!
What is this registration?
Just more paperwork now. What kind of business are you in again?
Insurance?
Dragon insurance.
Right, dragon insurance. Sign here.
Is there a slight tax with this as well?
I'm afraid so. 20 more gold crowns. Each.
I'm starting to think this isn't such a good idea.
Come on, Fernando, this is fun. Can I sign anything else? I like making an egg.
No, we're gonna end up giving them more money in fees and taxes than we'll make. We're losing money.
Not exactly. Since Frederica here is signing her name with an X, we had to contact the ex-chancellor, and he told us that we actually owe you 280 gold coins.
280 gold coins.
Here's 20 gold crowns. Each. Now give me my money.
Of course. If you'll just permit me to... Permit!
Permit!
We forgot about the permit, and the license to carry gold, the sucker's fee, the shoe tax, the wine fee for the glass of wine we're gonna need when we're done, welfare tax for the top 5% of the rich to fare well. Oh, I could go on and on, but it's a bit overwhelming. So, and as always say, better underwhelmed than overwhelmed. And they say I don't have a sense of humor, but let's just start with the permit for now.
Permit? What is this permit? You people and your crazy rules. Registration, license. I don't care. Take my money. I don't care what you call it. Call it fees. Call it a kickback. I want my money.
I am Merton Sire, General Attaché to the King in all manners of etiquette and decorum. The word kickback is certainly not in my vocabulary. I should have you sent to the dungeon immediately.
Please forgive me. Take this with our humble thanks.
How kind you are. Well, the good news is you and your sister are now fully licensed, registered, and permitted to open and operate a dragon insurance business in our kingdom.
Excellent!
The bad news is I no longer wish to purchase dragon insurance from either one of you.
What? You can't do that?
Of course I can. The customer is always right, and I'm the customer.
But we have a contract.
It says here that you promise to repair any damage to our kingdom done by a druid.
It does. It does say druid. Hey, Fernando, do we sell druid insurance now, too?
No, you imbecile. I told you not to talk while I was writing. You jiggled the paper.
I couldn't help it.
Well, don't come crying to us when the dragon comes by and destroys your kingdom.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
And why not?
Because dragons don't exist.
I told you they didn't exist, but you wouldn't listen to me. That's it. I'm telling Mom.
You're not going to throw us in the dungeons, are you?
Unfortunately, no. Although there is someone down there who'd love to meet you. You'd like his cutting-edge humor.
Instead, we're sending you back to where you came from.
Home? Hey, Fernando, we're going home.
Sorry, Wrong again. We're sending you back to the kingdom you came to before us. Apparently they bought dragon insurance from you. Not too clever.
What do they want from us? We don't have any money. You took every last penny.
They don't want their money back.
They don't?
No. Apparently an animal escaped from their zoo and made quite a mess, and they have a policy from you stating that you'll clean it up.
What? That's impossible!
What animal escaped?
A Komodo dragon!
What is that?
I'm sure you'll find out. Ta-ta! Fool, what exactly is a Komodo dragon?
I believe it's a humongous, gigantic lizard that eats a ton of grass a day.
Well, does it make a mess?
I believe it makes a humongous, gigantic one-ton mess every day. If you'd like to see for yourself, I'm sure you could apply for a job in their zoo. I'm sure with your experience, you'd be a shoo-in.
What do my shoes have to do with any of this?
Murder, your shoes have nothing to do with it. They never have, they never will. Unless, of course, you step in some of the stuff they'll be cleaning up.
We've been in it before and we'll be in it again.
So let's have fun, and never more worry of dragons in our terrain. For dragons and fears have been put away, never to come another day. 'Tis not the same with taxes, I fear, for taxes and fees will always be near. And speaking of being near, we want to thank you all for being here.
Yes,
we thank you all for being here.
At this time, the ladies of the court shall now bestow upon us a fine tune, the unfading fire.
Likewise, the gentlemen will now grace us with the holiday favorite, Landlord Fill the Flowing Bowl.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. Tomorrow will be sober.
He who drinks a small while sailing goes to bed quite sober.
He who drinks a small while sailing goes to bed quite sober. Fades as the leaves do fade, fades as the leaves do fade, fades as the leaves do fade, and dies in October.
He who drinks a large while sailing goes to bed quite mellow.
He who drinks a large while sailing goes to bed quite mellow. Lives as he ought to live, lives as he ought to live, lives as he ought to live, and dies a jolly good fellow.
He who kisses a pretty girl and goes and tells another.
He who kisses a pretty girl and goes and tells another, ought to have his lips cut off, ought to have his lips cut off, ought to have his lips cut off, and never kiss another. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. Tomorrow will be sober.
our day, Christmas is often celebrated with loved ones and family and friends. But as every endeavor does, we must stop our celebrations. At this time, I ask all GCHS choir students of the past to rise and be recognized by our audience.
My friends, the hour grows late. We have had a splendid feast in General Merriment. Alas, we must bid you a fond farewell. However, it is my wish that we join in this great hall year after year to assemble to join in the celebration of Christmas. Farewell and Godspeed. Our final song for you this evening will be Silent Night.
We would all like to wish you a Merry Christmas.